All right, y'all. So we're gonna do a double reaction with Bobby Masu and Black Couch Booking. So we're gonna start with Bobby Masu. He's gonna speak about AEW Revolution, and we're gonna start with his video. So we're not gonna waste no time. So let's go ahead and get started. What's up, guys? I just want to let you guys know I made a backup account on Instagram. So scan the QR code so that way you can follow back. Also, follow me on Twitter. Also, follow me on Instagram. I do have another account you can follow on there as well. And you can scan the QR code for that. So anytime I make a video, make sure you guys check the bio so that way you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter for both accounts for Instagram and also for Twitter page. So I appreciate the support. Thank you guys for looking. Let's get to the video.
Somebody said a long time ago that the revolution won't be televised, but obviously they lied. It was on pay-per-view, and it was streamed. It was everything I could have dreamed. The Don Callis family. Yeah, we took a few losses, and it was ugly, but overall the show was gorgeous. Professional wrestling is still alive. Well, first pay-per-view of the year. Tony Khan does it again. Revolution. Hey, Tony, can I get $20 on Pump 6? This was straight gas. I can't even make this up, y'all. I'm dead serious. I'm about this close to being done with comparing WWE to AEW. It's just not fair. That's like comparing a slingshot to a shotty. That's like comparing a lizard to a lion. That's like comparing a lawnmower to, I don't know, a Lamborghini. Bro, I paid $50 for this pay-per-view, and I've been getting a lot of anxiety lately, man. I might be in trouble with law enforcement. I feel like I got away with highway robbery, only paying $50 for Revolution. Man, this is crazy. You talk about worth the money, that's an understatement. But the more and more I think about it, y'all, AEW and WWE might have a lot more in common than I initially thought. Tony Khan, he gets in the kitchen, cooks up, we leave the show feeling full. Meanwhile, on the other side of things, the Fed be having us, fed up with the circus acts and gimmicks. I'm just happy I finally got to watch some professional wrestling that gave me that feeling I used to have when I was watching it as a kid. As far as I'm concerned, if this was a boxing match, it'd be a clear knockout. TK, TKO, TKO! And I hope they perish with their $3 billion of debt!
You motherfucking right?
Speaking of Parrish, Hangman Adam Page made the biggest mistake of his lifetime, and now his chances of ever being AEW champion again have perished. He told the whole world if he lost to MJF, he never challenged for the title again. And man, he put up a tough fight. Bro brought everything out the stash. He brought lions, tigers, bears, barbed wire, chains, light bulbs, glass, dog. It was crazy. He threw everything but the kitchen sink at MJF, but it wasn't enough. And MJF threw everything back, man. He put the tombstone on the table. He had his own shards of glass, the diamond ring. It was supposed to be a Texas death match, but Max turned it into, I don't know, a Texas dental match by sticking the syringe in Adam Page's mouth like he was getting anesthesia about to get a tooth extracted. One of the craziest spots I've ever seen. Everybody in the arena on their feet just standing in disbelief. But Hangman fought back and he almost had the match won, but in the words of Brandy, almost doesn't count. The way the match ended, it was ironic, man. Hangman got hung with his own chain. Oh my God, this was the biggest L of Hangman Adam Page's career. MJF throwing salt in the wound by standing over Hangman's lifeless body body on a stretcher, holding the AEW Championship high. While Hangman's blood is smeared on the camera lens, William Shakespeare himself couldn't write nothing better than this. Now people asking me, Bobby Bassoon, what's next for Hangman Adam Page, man? I don't know, the Continental title, the National, the TNT, the Tag Team, the Trios. Man, he could get all of them like Mercedes Moné. I don't care less. I just know one thing. Tony Khan better make that man stand on his words. Never in your life can you challenge for the AEW Championship again. Man, I don't even want to see Hangman on AEW's shop trying to buy a replica belt. If they make a new AEW video game, I don't even want him to be able to win the title in that. Never again. I'm gonna be real though, this is probably one of the saddest endings I've seen on a professional wrestling show, man. It reminded me of when Shawn Michaels retired Ric Flair back in the day. It reminded me of when The Undertaker finally got his streak broken by Brock Lesnar. It felt like the end of a movie, man. This was storytelling at its finest.
Yeah, I don't know what Adam Page is gonna do now. I mean, I hope he doesn't get booked like Cody, where he gets to a point where he feel like there's no way out, and he can, and the only way out is for him to lead a company. I really hope that he finds a way to to turn heel and get that stipulation revoked, because there's really nothing wrong with his title reigns. His first one, I don't know. His second one definitely was my fave, and even after effect, and I just hope that he when he turns heel, he'll find a way to bounce right back. But he can stick with his word for now, since MJF is still champion. But once the moment he loses the belt, you're gonna have to have Adam Page, to come back to that. But at least let Swerve or Will Ospreay win it, and then after that, hopefully Adam Page will get an opportunity for that belt again. But we have to wait and see. So, I'm hoping the best for him, man, and hopefully he'll win the belt back. Maybe in a couple months. If he don't think about giving up. So we'll see. We'll see if he make a heel turn. We'll see. All right, but let's continue.
Now, the night had a lot going on. You had Adam Copeland and Christian Cage making their return, confronting FTR and letting them know they're back, and they want those AEW Tag Team Championships. You should have seen the look on FTR's face when Adam Copeland came out. Man, FTR might have a new meaning now. It might have to mean Fear the Rated R Superstar, and this was fire, man. You also had Ronda Rousey linking up with Marina Shafir and the Death Riders, and that's already causing a lot of buzz across the internet. How will Ronda Rousey be in AEW? How will Tony Khan book her? We're gonna find out in the next few weeks. Then also you had the long-awaited return of Ospreay, Will Ospreay coming back from neck surgery and confronting Jon Moxley for injuring him. Man, the night was going so good until everything took a turn for the worse. Now, I'm gonna be honest. You can call me a snitch if you want. Quite frankly, I don't care. I tried to contact the LAPD. I've been trying to call the federal government. I contacted the CIA. I even called Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, because Swerve Strickland not only needs to be suspended from AEW indefinitely, he needs to be banned from the crypto arena for life for what he tried to do to Brody King after his match. He already won the match, but that wasn't good enough for him. So what does he do? He goes and grab a cinder block and have Prince Nana hold Brody King's head next to the block as he's about to do the Swerve Stomp on Bro's head, and that would have ended his career. Swerve has lost his mind, and I think he forgot this was professional wrestling. Man, they don't even do this in the UFC. Man, they don't even do this in the penitentiary. What did Brody King do to deserve that? My God, this is all for you being the most dangerous man in AEW. Hey, bro, you got it. You're the most dangerous. We don't want no smoke. Thank God for Kenny Omega, because if it wasn't for him, Brody King would have been leaving Los Angeles with a pancake face. artificial intelligence must have hit a new level too, y'all, because Kenny Omega was literally in Japan an hour ago, and somehow he teleported all the way to Revolution to stop a catastrophe from happening. Now, Kenny, respectfully, I know you're overseas promoting your game. That's cute, but we got bigger fish to fry in AEW, man. Fish is not even the right word. How about, we got a whole killer whale on our hands, and we're gonna need you around to contain this, man. Swerve has lost it. He don't care about your ethnicity. He don't care about your job title. He don't care about if you're a wrestler, a fan, a content creator. Let me know in the comments, have any one of y'all had a dream about being in a car accident? Oh, why you say that, Bobby Marshall? Because I have. Ever since that tweet, I've been having nightmares about
Hey. Hey, man, shut up. Hey, man.
Now, Revolution started off with back-to-back bangers. Tony Khan got his foot on a fed neck and he ain't letting up. This is what I'm talking about, man. It's time, dog. It is time. The opportunity is right there. A wise man once said, opportunity meeting preparation. There's some good things to happen when those two things actually meet, man. Tony Khan, the first pay-per-view of the year, Mr. Pay-Per-View. He did what he was supposed to do. The night started off FTR versus the Young Bucks. This match was fire. You had the Young Bucks kids in a front row, man. You had the kids a part of the promo. The kids came out on the entrance. I'm glad I'm not a gambling man. I'm glad I stay away from the casinos, FanDuel. I don't bet people. I'm cool on gambling because I would have lost this one. I would have swore up and down. The vignette sold me, y'all. Y'all seen the vignette with the Young Bucks kids? My dad, they talk about they dad and all, man. That pulled on your heartstrings, especially if you're a father out here, man. Like, you just got that feeling. You just automatically wanted to go for the Young Bucks, man. As soon as they get in, you got color. You got them fighting profusely, man. You got injuries, dog. You got Big Stoke in the building in the wheelchair, man. FTR winds up pulling off the match, retaining the AEW Tag Team Championships. This was hard, man. Great showing by FTR, bro. This was one of the best ways to start off the night. I know a lot of people complained Young Bucks FTR for the 100,000th time, but man, this was one of their better matches. This was a banger, dog. And at the end of the match, you got the Revenge going up on the Titantron screen. On this day, you see clearly Adam Copeland comes out, wants to get that smoke back from FTR. I was in the building, y'all. That was at Dynasty. I was in the building. I had the nosebleed seats. Yeah, I was at the last seat at the AEW event. Who cares? I was in the building. I heard the chair shot. I heard the concerto that FTR did. I heard that from the last seat in that building. It was loud. It was painful. I heard Adam Copeland heart break because, man, he rode with FTR, bro. FTR, those was his guys. They put the knife in his back. I was right there. Adam Copeland spin the block. Christian Cage music hit. The crowd go off. They're waiting for him to come out, but he don't come out. He come through the back door. Spray pepper spray. Start beating up FTR. Young Bucks, Adam Copeland. Christian Cage in the middle of the ring staring at each other. The AEW Tag Team Championships is in the middle of the ring. I miss good tag team matches, especially being a guy that consumes way too much of the Fed product. I miss great tag team matches, man. I miss tag team matches where something actually means something, where it's kicking off the show or ending the show, man, where the integrity is in the tag team match. Tag teams is the reason why I even watch wrestling. Remember, I always tell y'all, the Rockers was my first team, the first set of wrestlers I ever laid eyes on, and I fell in love with this product, dog. Marty Jannetty, Shawn Michaels. I got a special place in my heart for tag team wrestling. I hate when the focus is just they putting tag team wrestling on the back burner. Tony Khan ain't doing that. He's putting it on the front, and he's cooking up. Shout out to FTR. Shout out Adam Copeland, Adam Copeland, Kristen Cage, and definitely shout out the Young Bucks, man. Yo, I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I ever seen a bad Young Bucks match. I'm gonna be real. Not one. Not one. Not one.
Yeah, like I said on my short clip, if there's a possibility we might get a triple threat TLC match, it's because of the Young Bucks. I feel like the Young Bucks are going to make that possible. It should have been, 2-on-2, but unfortunately, the Young Bucks want a rematch. So maybe we might just have Edge and Christian win the belts and then have the Young Bucks retire them. It could be that, but we have to wait and see. But I would prefer just a tag team match, and then the Young Bucks can come after. But unfortunately, we're going to have to wait. So, just do a triple threat, tag team match and then just, make it a TLC match just for the legacy of Edge and Christian. And then we'll see how it goes. So, hopefully Tony will set that up. I mean, AEW usually don't have, great ladder matches. But with the Young Bucks and Edge and Christian, I think they'll make it possible and they'll make it fun. So, we just have to wait and see. So, it's like the Hardys versus the Young Bucks at Ring of Honor. There are certain spots that are good to watch. But if you ask me, I feel like WWE has one of the best ladder matches and TLC matches than AEW. But we'll give it a shot. If they set it up, we'll give it a shot. So, but let's continue. But I'm rooting for Edge and Christian, though. Just want to let you know. But yeah, let's get to the video.
Next, you got Toni Storm going over Marina Shafir. This was the second match. To be honest, there was nothing really at stake for this match. These women been beefing since AEW Blood and Guts, man. It wasn't like no disqualification match. It wasn't no title on the line, but two of the best women in the women's division of AEW, so you was going to get a solid match, and that's what we got, man. But we got a surprise. Nobody expected this one, man. Toni Storm, she goes over. She heads up to the ramp of the entrance. She starts laying down, doing the whole Toni Storm crazy thing out of nowhere. She coming from the stands. Who? Ronda Rousey! Come from the stands, goes in the ring, calls out Toni Storm. Come on, you want that smoke? Now they have a face-off in the middle of the ring. Is Ronda Rousey with the Death Riders? Let me know in the comments, y'all. Should Jon Moxley take Ronda Rousey? Marina Shafir put her under the wing? I want to see how this goes. Well, Ronda Rousey got with the Fed. I don't know about y'all, but to be honest, I was disappointed. I'm hearing a lot of cringy promos, a lot of cringe work, you know what I mean? She had a few spots that was cool, but majority of it, for me personally, it wasn't for me, dog. I think Ronda Rousey should have been booked like a complete monster, like a complete killer, kind of like how Marina Shafir is being booked in AEW. That's how I thought Ronda Rousey was going to get booked in the Fed. It didn't happen. Ronda Rousey said she don't like the Fed at all, so she washed her hands with them. We thought she buried professional wrestling. She been talking crazy online about a lot of things, but mainly directed at WWE. You never heard her say really too much about AEW. She shows she got respect for Tony Khan. She got respect for the AEW culture, the sickos, everybody, man. She shows up. I think Tony Khan is going to book Ronda Rousey the right way. We got matches coming up that could tell great stories, that we could have great one-on-one matches, or even they might become a tag team. They might got to take the belts off of the Babes of Wrath, or you got to wait till, I know y'all probably found out that Babes of Wrath lost the tag team titles, so they might take them from Megan Bayne and Lena Cross, man. Who knows, man? I like to see Ronda Rousey and Marina Shafir as a tag team. I want to see Ronda Rousey as one-on-one competitor too, man. I think her being with the Death Riders is a good move. I want to see who she's going to go up against, and it'll be interesting. I can't wait for Dynamite Wednesday.
Yeah, well, I mean, I know some people don't like it, but if she's going to bring star power to the product, let's do it. Hopefully she pulls up on Dynamite, man, and hopefully she can call out Tony Storm and we could get that match set up for Double or Nothing or Dynasty, because I know it's coming up next month. So, if we can get a match against Tony Storm against Ronda Rousey, and it brings butts in the seats, even though we really don't need Ronda for that, but we definitely need Ronda for viewership, So if Ronda's going to be, is going to bring eyes to the product for the women's division, I mean, I might not rock with it, but if she could bring viewership to the product, let's do it, And FYI, I never had a problem with her, her WWE run when she was teaming up with Shania. However, the only thing I just didn't like was the match against Liv Morgan. Like, that match right there was... I hate that match so bad. And I hate it because Liv Morgan should not be facing Ronda Rousey, okay? That's like Raquel facing Rhea Ripley. You know the results. It's just like, come on, man. It's just like, I just thought that was upset booking under Vince McMahon's part. I didn't like it one bit. But I will tell you this, regardless if you don't like Ronda Rousey or not, if she brings eyes to the product and we can get some viewership out of her, I say let's do it, man. Like I said, AEW really need some marketing right now. It really need it because, anything just to get back to 1 million views, even though it's going to take months, if we can get close to 800K in cable ratings, Tony did his job, because everybody else can bring it up, but the more the better. You know what I'm saying? You brought Tommaso Ciampa for Collision. Now bring Ronda Rousey for Dynamite, And we'll see how it goes, because right now Mercedes is in a losing streak with her titles. So you're gonna have to wait. I don't know when Mercedes coming back. She might come back at Double or Nothing, but we'll see. And we'll see how it goes from there. Hopefully Holly Cameron will team up with Mercedes to take down the Triangle of Madness, but we have to wait and see. But nah, man. I'm fine with Ronda being in AEW if she signed. The only thing I don't want is for her to win gold. Please don't do that, all right? If you want to keep her as a tag team champion, that's on you, but I don't. But that's going to suck for the Brawling Birds, Alex Windsor and Jamie Hayter, because they're not going to be able to win the belts. And I'm not saying they're going to beat Megan Bayne and Lena Cross, but, you put them as a tag team for a reason. So, you got to give them something. Otherwise, they just teaming up for nothing, honestly. If you're going to do that, and I mean, and still I am hoping that Chris Stanlander, make it up with the Death Riders and join them, because Chris needs something to do, man. And she, even though I kind of think that she could get another rematch, but this time in a steel cage match, but we have to wait and see. So, look, I know you guys don't like Ronda Rousey, and I forgave her, just because she's no longer, part of WWE, and, she's not in, I don't know. I mean, I'm fine with her being at AEW if she signed, as long as she don't go after gold. But there's a possibility she might go after the tag team titles with Marina, and maybe they might do a portrayal with Marina where she betrayed Ronda Rousey, and then next thing you know, they get into a UFC match. Well, I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully they'll set it up like that. But we gotta wait. But let's continue. And then we'll talk more about it when we get to the Thecla versus Chris Stanlander review. So let's continue.
Now, speaking of Jon Moxley, we got Jon Moxley and the Death Riders. No time limit going against the Don Callis family. So Takeshita could finally get that Continental Championship around his waist. No time limit. Is no way that I think Jon Moxley was going to put this off. They put on a fire match. They put on a straight banger like everyone expected, man. At the end, Takeshita didn't come out clean. Man, you should have called the OG. You should have called your boy Bobby Bobby Monsoon up, and I could have put the screwdriver in the turnbuckle like we did Okada. But you want to be Mr. Babyface, and you want to head up fade. You got it. Jon Moxley beat you. That's okay. Let me calm down. Takeshita sometimes get me mad, man. You don't turn down the OG orders. You don't ignore calls from your boy Bobby Monsoon. We trying to help you out. We trying to get more gold in the Don Callis family, but it didn't happen. Jon Moxley holding up the Continental title on one of the best runs he's been on since recent memory, man. But you can't even say that because he just had a crazy run with the AEW Championship. But then he started jobbing out, tapping out. The C2 comes. We got a brand new Jon Moxley. Great. This is the question, though. Ospreay. Well, Ospreay's back. The aerial assassin. Coming out and with all smoke. With Jon Moxley, he's showing everybody that this feels like he didn't even get neck surgery. Backflip, front for flipping everywhere. Letting Jon Moxley know he didn't forget. Yeah, Jon Moxley, you turned babyface. You respect everybody now. Will Ospreay been sitting in that hospital bed waiting to see your face. And he need that. He need to take everything from you too, man. I'm not gonna lie, yo. I really was waiting for the Death Riders. I seen Pac, man. Pac, the way Pac be looking at Moxley, dog. Hey, Moxley, I would be watching that dude, dog. You got it, man. They say the eyes are the window to the soul. I put that AEW pay-per-view on pause and I zoomed in the Pac eyes. And I don't like what I look. And if I'm Jon Moxley... I'm offering to give Pac a massage, you know what I mean? Rub his shoulders. I'm offering to make breakfast for the brother. I'm offering my paycheck. When Pac decides to beat the brakes off of Moxley, we might see one of the worst beatings in AEW history. Pac been holding up. He just looked like somebody who's been holding up a lot of resentment. Jon Moxley been making a lot of decisions I don't think Claudio, Pac, Daniel, Marina Shafir, or anybody really agree with. We'll see what happens, though. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, look, I wanted Takeshita to win so bad, but unfortunately, he couldn't. Strong that sleeper hole, you couldn't escape, man. You know, John got them big old arms, man. He a buffed up dude. You know, he buffed up like Debo. So you already know. But shout out to Will Ospreay, the Incredible Hulk. Oh, hey, listen, I'm glad he came back, but I kind of wish he came back at Double or Nothing. But it's all good, man. I just hope he pull up on Dynamite so we can see, you know, what he has to say, and hopefully he'll cut a promo. You know what I'm saying? But he might be on some Darby Allin type shit and say, I'm going after each and every single one of y'all Death Riders. And at that point, y'all going to have to stop beefing with Don Cass family and handle Will Ospreay, because he act like he don't need a crew. He got it. He going to go after y'all all by himself. And shoot, if he's bro acting like he's Tony D'Angelo from NXT. But hey, we got you, bro. We got you. But we'll wait for, we'll see when the betrayal happens on both parties. But in the meantime, John, you got to deal with Will Ospreay. So we'll see how it goes, man. We'll see. But let's continue.
Next, you got Swerve Strickland. We had a great night, man. Everything, the vibes was good, and this was the first sign of everything going left, man. Swerve Strickland, who's the most dangerous in AEW? My prayers wasn't answered. I prayed, man. I was praying that Brody King could pull this one out, man. That he could stop Swerve Strickland in his tracks before somebody gets seriously hurt. I knew it was going to be a long shot, man. Bro wasn't able to do it, man. Swerve Strickland, he's just drawing. It's supposed to be a regular match. He's pulling the mat up, trying to break Brody King's neck, man. Hitting him with all type of kicks, man. He actually wins the match. That wasn't good enough for him. Prince Nana gets the cinder block, and he's about to break Brody King's whole face, break his everything, man. His fracture his face, and have him leave Los Angeles in a face mask, man. But Kenny Omega teleporting from Japan. He was literally in Japan an hour ago. He teleported straight to Los Angeles to save Brody King's career and maybe save his life, man. It was a surprise to see Kenny Omega. I did not expect to see him, man. I thought they was going to have Swerve Strickland versus Kenny Omega if he could make it. Maybe they didn't know 100% if he could or not, but since he did make it, they was able to make something happen and build the storyline up. The only thing is, I'm kind of nervous for Dynamite. Kenny Omega, this is the one mistake I think Kenny Omega made. You came in and Swerve Strickland just, he didn't feel like engaging. Next time you come in, Kenny Omega, you need to make sure you got something in your hand, a bat, borrow the pepper spray from Christian Cage, borrow some of the stuff that was under the ring in the Texas Death Match. I don't know, the barbed wire chair, the light bulb. You need a weapon to go at Swerve. Bro is just on a different timing right now. This is not no time to do the baby face one-on-one. You got to get on the same timing Hangman was on with Swerve. That's the only way you got to beat this dude. You got to fight fire with fire.
Uh-huh. Well, hey, listen, man. Swerve gonna do what he do, man. You already know how it goes. But we'll see if Swerve can face Kenny Omega at Destiny. I don't know what type of match they're gonna have, but it better be bloody, because the Texas Death Match was too much. But with this, we'll have to see how it goes after this. And if you ask me who I'm rooting for, it will most likely be Swerve, man. I mean, I no disrespect to Kenny, I rock with him, but I pick Swerve, man. So hopefully Swerve can. Well, if he got a dub already from Kenny, then I don't expect him to win against Kenny. But we'll see. We'll see what kind of match they have in place. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But let's continue.
Next, you got Tekla going over Chris Statlander. 2 out of 3 falls, man. I called it for Tekla to win 2 falls in a row, have Chris Statlander completely reset, and that didn't happen, but we all knew Tekla was going to win. This is not the time for Chris Statlander to win the title back. The Toxic Spider is just... The gold just looked too good around her waist, man. She's just too good of a character. She's a natural in the ring, man. She knows how to tell a story. Everything's perfect about Tekla right now. Her interests, her faction, her music, just everything, dog. She's the total package right now. The AEW Championship is sitting pretty perfectly around her waist. And if you ask me, it's going to be on her waist for a very long time. She deserves it, man. Chris Statlander, I wanted this to happen so bad because I want to see what's next for Chris Statlander. This is one of the best women on the AEW roster. I want to see who she's going to feud with. If she's going to go heel, babyface. If she's going to go back with Stokely and pick up that, man. You know she can't run it back with the Death Riders, especially Ronda Rousey in there now. It could have been Ronda Rousey, Marina Shafir, and you, Chris Statlander, but you messed that up. So we'll see what happens. Let me know in the comments what y'all think, though. What's next for Chris Statlander, man? Who is she going to go against? Also, what's next for Tekla? People saying that she's going to go at it with, I forgot that. It was one girl name people kept saying. But people keep saying Tekla versus Mercedes Moné possibly. You know, Mercedes Moné, she's probably going to come back babyface after losing all her belts. Who knows? Maybe we get Tekla versus Willow Nightingale, man. Willow Nightingale got the TBS title. Tekla got the world title, but they could still fade one-on-one. We'll see what happens, though.
Yeah, I agree that Tekla should hold the belt till All In, but however... listen, Tekla versus Mercedes at All In, I'm down for that, but we need some opponents for Tekla. I don't know who gonna face her next, but I hope that it be somebody. I mean, maybe Brad Breaker will come back, even though people saying she can't because of those death threats, but it doesn't matter. You're still able to go outside because the reality of it is nobody cares like that. You know, nobody cares about Brad Breaker like that. I mean, I hate the fact that this is what she got to deal with, but I do think she can still come back and do her thing. You know what I'm saying? If Private Party can come back, Brad Breaker can come back, even though Private Party don't got no beef with nobody backstage still. You can still come back, so I don't know. But other than that, I mean, hopefully Tekla and Chris Statlander can run it back at Destiny in a steel cage match or a Texas Death Match where they actually go all out. I'm not expecting Chris to win it, but I'm just saying, like end it. You know what I'm saying? Because this match is not going to end it. I think you should, add one more stipulation where they actually officially ended. You know what I'm saying? And they ended by an extreme match. You know what I'm saying? And I think a match like a Texas Death Match or a steel cage match can definitely do the trick, but there has to be blood. You know what I'm saying? Like it got to be like Adam Page versus Swerve Strickland. It got to be something like that. Otherwise, this ain't gonna be a crazy match like that. So. We'll see how it goes. I mean, like I said, the women can do it, man. I mean, look, y'all doing it with Tony and Marina. You know what I'm saying? I mean, do that with Chris Stanlander and Thekla. They can do it. You know what I'm saying? I know they can. So, make them bitches bleed, man. But other than that, let's say if she don't get a rematch. I would definitely love it if Trish Stanler would join the Death Riders, even though Bobby is saying that she shouldn't and it's too late. I don't think it's too late. I just think that, it just has to be, she just gotta have to, talk to Willer. You know what I'm saying? She gonna have to talk to Willer and see if she can get in. You know what I'm saying? And maybe it's overtime type shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if Ronda will be okay with it. But we just have to wait and see, But I think three powerhouses can really do some things. So I don't know how Ronda can build a relationship with Chris Stanlander, but she can try, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. We'll see. I mean, like I said, Chris Stanlander got to do something, man, because right now, things ain't looking good for her. But we'll see. I mean, look, you already changed your character, so you might as well join the dark with the Death Riders. Honestly, you might as well, but would they recruit her? I don't know. But they can try to help her. You know what I mean? Well, she got to help them. You know what I'm saying? But we have to wait and see. We'll see, man. We got to do something, Chris. You got to do something. You can do a storyline with Willer. You can do a storyline with Willer. Come on now. So I'm still rooting for her to join the Death Riders, but we have to wait and see. So, but as far as a rematch goes, unless it's a steel cage match or a Texas Death Match, I ain't interested. So, we'll watch at a Dynamite and see how it goes. All right, but let's continue with the video.
Next, you got another loss from the Don. Oh, God, man, Tony Khan, come on, bro. We gotta have a meeting. Something has to happen, dog. The trio tight, dog. Mark Davis, Kyle Fletcher, Okada, man. We lose the trio championship. We only had it for a week, 2 weeks. We didn't even have it for a month, I don't think, man. We lose the titles, man, to who was their names, bro? Whatever their name is. Jet Speed and Mystico. Great, man. I'm not gonna lie. Jet Speed and Mystico will look fire, man. Mystico had that entrance music. Tony Khan, he was in CMLL. Tony Khan made it official. He's now all elite, so he has a dual contract. That's what's up, man. Jet Speed, they came out with the Mystico gear and the Mystico mask, and it was a good moment for AEW, to be honest, man. I'm not hating on it. Okay, cool. Y'all can sing the song great. I'm still Don Callis family, so I didn't like the outcome of the match, man.
Yeah, well, I'm happy that they did a title change because I'm sick and tired of seeing the Don Callis family with the trio titles. So it wasn't meant for them anyway. I mean, you got 2 belts in the family and you need more, and I'll forget it. So shout out to Jet Speed and Mystico. I'm glad that they were able to get those titles off their back, and now Speed, I think Jet Speed is 2-time trio champions, so that's great. So we'll see how their title reign goes. I hope they face the Radicals and Demand and the Hurt Syndicate when Bobby comes back. So if you ask me, I think the people that's going to probably take the belts off of them is probably going to be the Rascals. And they should walk around with those belts. Otherwise, it'll probably be the Demand. And honestly, why not? You know what I'm saying? Ricochet needs a belt, even though he already got one. And, had one, thanks. Yeah. But yeah, no. Shout out to Jet Speed and Mr. Gold. We'll see how it goes. But let's continue.
Next, you got Andrade saving the Don Callis family. We was about to lose every single match, and I would have snapped if it happened. But thank God for Andrade. When all else fails, call Andrade, right? He wound up beating Bandito. I want to see a few more matches out of these. I had to actually run this match back because I missed majority of it getting ready for the live. But I ran the match back, and, man, incredible match, man. Bandito, Andrade. Andrade come out winning.
Yeah, well, shout out to Andrade, man. and Bandito. But I know BCB wants Andrade to go after the Ring of Honor title, but I don't think he should because people will clown him online for winning that. So I think he should go after a mid-card title, whether it's the TNT title or national title or continental title or or intercontinental title. So you got 4 titles for the men in the mid-card division. So hopefully he'll win that, until he can get to the AEW world title next year. I have to give it till next year because we already know who's going to win the belt. It's Will Ospreay, Swerve Strickland, and possibly Hangman. You know what I'm saying? Possibly, and Kenny Omega when he's about to retire. You know what I mean? And then when 2027 come, I'm rooted for Kyle Fletcher, Andrade, and Bandito. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, whatever you do with the belt, don't matter to me. So let's continue.
Next, you got Roderick Strong, Orange Cassidy, Darby Allin going over the dogs, man. And this was a cool match, man. It was a Tornadoes Trios match. This was cool. Now, this is the thing, though. This was the bad thing about this. It was a great match, you know what I mean? Los Angeles, Trios, whatever, Tornado, whatever. Gabe Kidd, he went on a press conference, the medium scrum, and he said, he told Tony Khan right through his face, bro, we're going to do this unsanctioned coffin match on Dynamite. And, man, I don't know. We might have to get the flowers ready, y'all. Darby Allin funeral might be this Wednesday. Unfortunately, Gabe Kidd is a psychopath. I don't know why Tony Khan signed this dude. I don't know why he's even allowed in professional wrestling. He needs to go somewhere else. Not UFC or not boxing. He needs to go to some underground fight club like Brad Pitt. And maybe he could be a star there. This is professional wrestling. This dude is going to try to kill Darby Allin on Wednesday, and I'm trying to do everything I can to stop it before it's too late.
Well, good luck stopping it, because honestly, this should be a destiny, but I mean, look, we got till next month. You couldn't wait till next month, Tony? But whatever. Good match to watch for this Wednesday. I can't wait to see it. But however, when is Roderick Strong going to portray Orange, man? Like, I need those two to go at it with each other, man. Like, come on now, switch it up. Have them turn heel. We need that right now, okay? Come on. Like I hope this is the last match we get to see Roderick Strong and Orange Cassidy team up in. I really need him to turn heel, all right? Come on now, turn heel, bro. Seriously.
Last but not least, Texas Deathmatch. MJF proved why he is my favorite wrestler on all around the board. It don't matter what company it is. MJF proved why he is the number one guy in AEW, and incredible storytelling, bro. From the beginning video of him being a cowboy, him pissing on Hangman Adam Page grave, the disrespect, him coming out in the white, the red, the black tights like Terry Funk. Back in the day, rest in peace to Terry Funk. If you don't know, Cactus Jack, Mick Foley, Mankind, that's his OG. He looks up to Terry Funk. Terry Funk, one of them ones. The king, the grandfather of this hardcore wrestling stuff, man. When I see MJF with the tights on, it's MJF birthday, I'm like, man, it's almost no way that MJF is not going to come out on top, man. This was probably the best Texas death match I've ever seen. Now, I'm still caught in between him and Moxley, though. John Moxley, Hangman Adam Page at All In was still a fire death match, and the ending was just like, it was just fulfilling, man. Him being able to open the title, him holding it up, it was fire. You got the interferences from everybody, dog. You can't write that day. Yo, you had everybody. It was so fire. And this was the opposite, the ending, man. Man, this match was so fun. You had everything, man. You had belly-to-belly slams off the stage. You had electricity going off. You had shards of glass. People getting hit with glass, light bulbs, barbed wire. Yo, Hangman Adam Page was looking for a lighter. Thank God nobody gave him a lighter. He tried to set the barbed wire on fire, throw MJ... Bro. This match was fire. Oh, yeah, then the syringe spot. Oh, my God. Now, a lot of people could say whatever they want about the syringe spot. This is Texas Deathmatch. You know what time it is. It's time to pull out all the stops. You gonna get it all. He put the syringe in Hangman's mouth. The syringe, the poison is squirting out of Hangman Adam Page's cheek. One of the craziest spots that I've seen in my life. And if you want to see my reaction to that, just go on my live videos, just my live post of AEW Revolution. I actually did a live where I did a watch along for the final match of Revolution because I knew it was going to be fire. I knew Tony Khan was going to deliver. I knew Hangman and I knew MJF was going to deliver. Shout out to all three of them.
Hey, man. Yeah, man. MJF did his thing, man. You know what I'm saying? I actually just got done watching the full match because I accidentally fell asleep during live stream. But it's a really great match, man. But I wouldn't compare it to Jon Moxley, though. But, I will say this. This was a good match. And now we just got to figure out where MJF goes from here. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully he turns heel and get back in the title scene around winter, this winter, you know what I'm saying? So we'll see how it goes. December and November, so we'll see how it goes from there, all right? But let's continue. I think the video's almost done, so let's finish up.
If you ask me, AEW is taking advantage of the opportunity that's presenting itself, which is professional wrestling as a whole is in need of some integrity. Right now, the biggest company in the world, WWE, is being turned into a circus act thanks to TKO. AEW, thanks to Tony Khan, is giving us that same feeling we remember. Sometimes we think, like I'm almost 40, sometimes I'm watching the Fed, I'm thinking I outgrew wrestling. I don't know, bro. But watching AEW, I know that, man, nah, I didn't outgrow wrestling. Everything I'm thinking is right, bro. Is being booked like garbage, is being booked like trash. When you actually book something good, when you actually have layers to storylines, when you actually tell them storylines, when you have a owner that cares, when you have wrestlers that care, it hits different. And you could tell AEW Revolution will be one of the best pay-per-views of the year. And it's still extremely early. We haven't even gotten to All In yet. Let me know in the comments what you think about that. I'm going to holler at y'all, man. It's Bobby Monsoon. 215. Like, comment, subscribe.
All right, so next video, we got BCB doing a review on AEW Revolution. So I noticed Bobby Masu didn't bring up Babes of Rap versus Megan and Lena, so I'm pretty sure BCB will bring it up. So let's go ahead and check them out. Shout out to BCB for this video. So we're going to go ahead and react to it, and let's go ahead and get started.
Wrestling fans, what's going on, man? It's Black Couch Booking here with a brand new video. If you're new to the channel, please like, comment, subscribe. Promise you will not be disappointed. And if you're old to the channel, Couch Crew, you already know the vibes, man. Listen, bro. AEW Revolution was spectacular, phenomenal, amazing, damn near perfect, bro.
You motherfucking right?
I love this pay-per-view. I'm gonna go a little bit backwards, a little bit out of order. Y'all know I do things different, but I loved AEW Revolution. It was great, man. You know what I'm saying? The only criticism I'll ever give Tony Khan is, sheesh, these pay-per-views are long.
Right, I literally fell asleep to the main event, and I had to rewatch it today just so I could catch up. But yeah, man, that's shoot. You're damn right. It's long. I mean, the pay-per-view didn't end until like at least about 12:39. So I mean, the good thing it ended before 1. But the fact I had to, I didn't go to bed until 1:30. Man, that sucks. But hey, we still love AEW though. Yeah.
But he giving y'all money's worth. I mean, $40 for all that. What Carl Town say? After all that, bro, that's pretty dope, bro. So I enjoy myself thoroughly, and I just want to get into the review right now. But let me just start like this, right? I'm gonna go to the matches. I'm gonna do all that, but I just want to talk about all the surprises, bro. I was talking to my dog. Shout out to Influential Sports. We was watching the FTR versus Young Bucks. And when FTR won, I was like, yeah, he was like, damn, who gonna beat FTR if the Young Bucks not gonna beat him? I said, bro, Cope and Christian's story not over. Literally, as soon as I said that, he can't confirm this. Cope came out first, aka my favorite superstar of all time, Edge, the artist formerly known as Edge. Then Christian came out. I said, bro, This is about to be cinema, bro. They're gonna put on a great match. And speaking of great matches, FTR Young Bucks, amazing. They could have shaved off 5-10 minutes, but it was an amazing match nonetheless. The Young Bucks is one of the greatest teams of all time in the world right now. I think the Young Bucks will end as a top 10 tag team of all time, no matter what company. I'm talking about just a tag team in general. Bro, the Young Bucks are unappreciated in my opinion. And the Young Bucks, when they was doing the stuff with they was poor and they had to win money, then they got the money back. It was great, man. Shout out to bum ass Baron Corbin too. But it was great, man. It was a great match. FTR won, and you know what? I'm cool with them winning because now we're gonna see if Christian and Cope still got it. They'll probably get the tag team belts and retire. So I'm not mad at that at all.
Yeah, man. Shout out to FTR and Edge and Christian and the Young Bucks, man. They definitely put out a great performance. But, I'm just glad that they were able to come back. I really thought they were going to come back at Double or Nothing, but instead they came back at Revolution, man. So, hey, it's all good, man. Shout out to Edge and Christian, man. I can't wait for them to take the belts. Like I talked about in the beginning with the Bobby Masu video. But, yeah, I'm hoping they take those belts. But I think we might get a triple threat match. And hopefully it's a TLC match, but we'll see. But I'm rooting for Edge and Christian to take the belts. Let's continue.
Because let's keep talking about the surprises, man. Ronda Rousey. Yeah, man. Ronda Rousey is in AEW. She didn't get the official Ronda is Elite just yet, but a lot of AEW fans now rocking with it. And let me just say this. I understand where y'all coming from. I'm not going to sit up here like I'm the biggest Ronda Rousey fan or Ronda Rousey glazer, but at the end of the day, she's a needle mover. At the end of the day, I give Ronda Rousey respect to this. She was correct about what she said about how WWE writes their women's stories and they don't give the women love and attention, and they don't write good stories for women. I agree with her wholeheartedly when she left WWE and said that. Now, all the other stuff, that's neither here nor there. Ronda Rousey is she's an interesting figure because you want to like her, but then, after she lost in UFC, she made herself unlikable, then went to WWE, and she was going crazy. So, it is what it is. But Toni Storm, Marina Shafir, I wanted Marina Shafir to win, but her losing and the cost of her losing being a debut from Ronda Rousey, that's a needle mover, bro. I thoroughly enjoyed Ronda coming out. I think Ronda is going to be a great asset to the Death Riders, and I wholeheartedly believe that Ronda's going to do the same thing that she did with Shayna Baszler, but she's going to end up down the line having a match with Marina Shafir. Marina Shafir is going to win, and it's not going to be a bad match like the match she had with Shayna Baszler as her last match. I think that Tony Khan is about to stick it to WWE and right or wrong that, should have been corrected a very long time ago. So, yeah, man, I didn't know Marina Shafir. I should have known this. Well, I did know, but I kind of forgot. Ronda Rousey know a lot of people in the MMA circles, but I didn't know her Marina Shafir was that cool. So that's really, really dope.
Yeah, I didn't have a problem with Ronda Rousey pulling up. I mean, I was actually shocked that she pulled up. I mean, it would be good for Toni Storm because at least she could face somebody outside of her reign, you know what I'm saying? But the only thing I just wonder is Ronda Rousey is going to sign, part-time and then, join the Death Riders and whatnot. And if she does, that's cool. But I would really love if she had Chris Stanlander, maybe Willer can recruit her and whatnot, like he tried it before. But this time, Chris go to him. And we'll see how it goes from there. But I don't know. I don't think Ronda might not know who Chris is. But I'm like, well, I mean, just give her a chance, man. Damn. But, we'll see how it goes. But, we'll see if we'll see if the Death Riders can forgive Chris Stanlander. But we have to wait and see. But other than that, man, shit. I mean, Toni Storm versus Ronda Rousey, shit, I'm down. As long as she don't go after the titles, we're good. So, I mean, look, I know some people are upset about it, but I'm looking at it like this, right? If she could bring star power to the product, let's do it. As long as she don't go after the title, or any title, I think we're good to go. So, hey, I'm looking forward to it. So, Toni versus Ronda, I'm down. No matter what pay-per-view it is, I'm down. I would recommend you save it for All In, but hey, if y'all want to run it back 3 times, then that's cool. We'll see. But let's continue.
Let me see. I'm I want to do Moxley versus Takeshita. Man, listen. First things first. Shout out to Will Ospreay. Will Ospreay is back, and him and John Moxley gonna get into it. I'm looking forward to that. But listen, man, Takesha is really nice, bro. He's really, really nice. He's gonna end up, blowing off the Don Callis family, and that's kind of what I'm looking for more so than anything. I'm looking forward to that because I want to see who they're gonna match him up with. Obviously, I want to see him whoop Okada's ass. Okada's a great heel. I'm sick of Okada. I really am though. And shout out to my emails going off. You know what I'm saying, for my YouTube. But I really want to see him whoop Okada's ass really, really badly, like in the in the worst way possible. But I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with the Don Callis family and John Moxley, bro. That match was definitely. I'm sure people enjoyed the match, but I think it's gonna be the sleeper match of the night. I do think FTR versus Young Bucks was the best match on this card, but I think Moxley versus Takeshita is gonna be the sleeper match of the night, in my humble opinion. And I thoroughly enjoyed that.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm still waiting for John Moxley and the Takesha betrayal, but I think Takesha might go first and then John will go last. But yeah, man. I mean, look. I mean, it was an okay match. I just wish it was like an hour long, but it's great to see the Incredible Hulk. Oh, he's back. Will Ospreay is back and he is unleashed. The Beast has been unleashed. Will Ospreay has turned green on you hoes. Oh! But the sportsmanship of the match was good, and I can't wait to see John Moxley versus Will Ospreay. I don't know if it's going to be the Continental title, but I still think Will Ospreay is going to go after the world title, but we have to wait and see. So, but I cracked myself up with a Incredible Hulk, man. Well, Ospreay's going green. But yeah, we'll see where it goes from there. I hope they face each other at Destiny, but we'll see. But let's get back to the video.
But like some matches, like let me just get the match out of the way I didn't care about. Darby Allin, Roderick Strong, Cassidy. I didn't care about that match. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm not gonna lie to you. Really didn't care about that match. It was a good match though, actually. And this usually always happens. You know what I'm saying? It was a good match. But I just don't care. Like I'm sorry, y'all. I just don't care. But I'm starting to like Orange Cassidy a little bit more. But that spear to Darby Allin through the ropes, that was nice, bro. That was probably one of my favorite spots to see. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Darby Allin be taking some crazy spots, bro. And that's not a super crazy spot, but like he's always a part of the crazy spots, if y'all know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, we know what you're trying to say. That spear spot was awesome. But like I said, I think Rhetoric needs to turn heel. Okay, I don't know when, but he needs to turn on Orange Cassidy and the conglomeration and come on, man, like turn heel, bro, please. Like, join the Death Riders if you want, you know what I'm saying? And get your stock up, bro. You don't need to join the group, man. You need to, fight your own battles, you know what I'm saying, until Kyle O'Reilly comes back, you know what I mean? So I really hope he does that, because right now it just seems like he just don't know when to find himself. But I hope he does turn heel, man. I think he needs that push, man. So, he got to do it, man. He got to do it. But let's continue.
Let me see. The Trios Championship. It was actually a good match. Another match that I don't want to say I didn't care about, but I didn't expect the outcome. I didn't expect Kevin Knight and Mike Bailey, and then Mystico, who was officially signed with AEW, to beat Okada, Kyle Fletcher, and Mark Davis. Like, that was definitely a surprise. Tony Khan do be giving people double titles for no reason, because Kyle Fletcher and Okada ain't need the Trios Championship. It does add to their legacy, I suppose, but you know what I'm saying? Jet Speed getting the belts, I mean, that's they've been doing their thing. So them and Mystico getting the belts, and them being a Trios champion, they're gonna have some great Trios matches. So I'm really not mad at it, to be honest. That's actually probably really, really good booking. That's really, really good booking on their part, in my opinion.
Yeah, shout out to Jet Speed and Mystico, man. I'm glad they won the belts. It was so unexpected. I didn't even think we were gonna get a title change, but we did. And honestly, it was the right call because, Kyle Fletcher and Okada really didn't need those belts except Mark. But, hopefully when Jack comes back, they'll win the tag team titles. But as of right now, I don't know what they're gonna do with Mark, but whatever. Hey, listen. Now Destiny, I need Okada and Kyle Fletcher to defend their belts. So whoever's up next, go get them. And I'm picking Tommaso Ciampa to go after Kyle Fletcher for the TNT title. And if you want to add Mark Briscoe and make it a triple threat match, go right ahead. You know what I'm saying? And then for Okada, have him face Takeshita, man. Come on now. Set that up. Let's get it on. All right? But yeah, shout out to Jet Speed and Mr. Go. Hopefully they'll defend the belts or whoever. I pick the Rascals and the Demand and her Syndicate for their next opponents. So we'll see who either one of them is going to take the belts. But I picked the Rascal. It's either the Radicals or the Demand that should take the belts. But we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see. But let's continue.
And like I said, I'm gonna keep going out of order. AEW Women's World Championship. Tekla beat Chris Statlander as she should. I thought this match was cool. It was a little bit anticlimactic. And let me just say, the quote unquote worst match of the night. Tony Storm and Marina Shafir was anticlimactic. I don't want to say, and me saying it's the worst match of the night don't mean it was a bad match. I'm saying out of every other match, for some reason, I even thought the Darby Allin match was more entertaining for sure and better. They like I said, that was a cool spot that they had. And I say the AEW Women's World Championship match was definitely better as well. So Tekla winning, great. You know what I'm saying? Sisters of Sin came out, of course. But at the end of the day, I think the takeaway from this is that it's going to take a monster to defeat Tekla, and Chris Statlander is a monster within herself. So I don't know who. Well, yes, I do. Mercedes Moné, CEO, All In. Mercedes Moné versus Tekla. Book it now. Tekla could hold that belt to All In, bro. Like that wouldn't be unbelievable to me. Of course, that wouldn't be unbelievable to me. I'm not even going to sit up here and lie to y'all.
Well, hey, listen, man. I'm looking. I definitely want to see that. I did mention before. I do want to see Tekla versus Mercedes Moné All In. So I definitely want to see that. I think it will be an epic moment. It just got to be impactful. You know what I'm saying? But in the meantime, we got to find some opponents for Tekla, man. We got to find something because if we don't got no opponents, I mean, shoot, I don't mind Willow Nightingale facing her, Queen Emanata facing her. But Queen Emanata needs to go after the mid-card title. That's what she need to do. So we'll see what her opponent's going to look like. But we got to find somebody because, we can't just wait till All In. We got to get some now because we only got 2 pay-per-views left. So, is it 2? I think so. But, yeah, so we'll see. Because like I said, All In is at August, and we got a long ways away. So, we'll see how it goes, but I'm looking forward. We just got to wait a minute, bro. So, yeah, we just got to wait a minute. But as for Chris Statlander, like I said, either join the Death Riders or get a rematch, but this time make sure there's an actual stipulation, like a steel cage match or a Texas Death match, or do something, get bloody and dirty, and grimy. So we'll have to wait, but yeah. Let's continue.
AEW Women's Tag Team Championship match. The reason why I'm not saying it's the worst match, even though it was hella short, is because I didn't even know Willow and Lena Cross had a match early during the 0 hour, if I'm not mistaken. And it was for the TBS Championship, and Willow won. But that gives justification as to why she immediately went on to lose the tag team championships. And I don't like strong booking. I don't like booking. We got to keep this person looking strong. But in this case, it makes sense because Megan Bain has lost multiple times to these ladies, in a tag team setting. So, it took something and a stronger partner than Penelope Ford to get the win. And this is justification for that. So Willow still looks strong as the TBS champion.
Yeah, man. Everything he says is correct. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's unfortunate that it took this long for Megan to win the belt, but hey, better than later, right? So shout out to Lena Cross for helping Megan get the win, but I think even if we had Penelope, it would still get the win. So hopefully Penelope, when she comes back, maybe Lena Cross and Penelope could trade titles, but some people might feel like Penelope might get kicked out, man. I hope that's not the case. I mean, I hope she just be the manager, but we'll see. Look, Penelope got to watch herself, man. I mean, people are already calling her injury prone because of that moonsault. And hey, listen, Penelope, I'm sorry, but you keep hurting yourself, man. You keep doing the moonsault, so got to stop doing that, man. So but it's all right. You know what I mean? You'll never know. Maybe Lena Cross might trade places with you. Well, you just have to wait and see, man. But get well soon, Penelope. And shout out to Megan and Lena. I'm glad they won it. Now, let's move on.
Swerve Strickland versus Brody King. Definitely a dope match. Like I said, we got a returning Kenny Omega, which is also dope as well. Kenny Omega and Swerve about to cook something up, long term. Or maybe just go after maybe they both get a shot at the AEW championship, and maybe it's a triple threat with MJF. Who knows what they're going to do, but they're going to cook something up. So Swerve, Brody King, and Brody King is very nice. He was 7-1 with his last 8 matches. I mean 7-2 is not bad, bro. So Brody King, I'm looking forward to Buddy Matthews coming back, and maybe they could do something very interesting with that.
Yeah, well, I'm glad that Swerve won the match, you know what I'm saying? But listen, yeah, I am waiting for Buddy Matthews to come back, but we haven't heard any updates yet. But hopefully we'll hear an update soon, and, hopefully he'll come back and do some things. But after his beef with, I don't know if they'll have beef, but we'll see. I mean, like I said, Julia Hart, I mean, look, she's going to deal with the Triangle of Madness, Bonnie King and Bonnie Matthews teaming up again. I don't know. I don't even see the purpose of them teaming up again. Honestly, I kind of want them to just go back and forth with each other until Buddy is ready to go solo. And honestly, I really need him to go after the TNT title once Tommaso win it back. So, I think it will be good for him. He really needs a belt. I think he'll be a megastar for real. With the status with Rhea Rebbe, I think he could definitely get some points on him. I'll definitely make some videos for him too. Just gotta wait for him to come back. But yeah, buddy, please come back, man. We need you back. All right, but let's continue.
And I didn't watch the 0 Hour. I'm not going to hold y'all, but Jack Perry won the belt, and that upsets me. And the match I was looking forward to the most, Andrade versus Bandito. Of course, my dog Andrade won. It should have been for the Ring of Honor Championship. I'm not even going to sit up here and cap with you. But Andrade got the win. You know what I'm saying? He was playing on the fans. Some great ring psychology with the fans. He did the flirting with the ladies in the crowd and all that good stuff. And Bandito actually put up a good match with Andrade as well. Like I said, I think that's my favorite match of the night. But it wasn't the best match, but it's my favorite match.
Well, I mean, I don't mind that Jack Perry won. At least it's something for Anna Jay to celebrate with him about. But other than that, I mean, Andrade winning, hey, man. I mean, that's good that he got his first win at a pay-per-view, you know what I'm saying? Because Grand Slam, he lost. So the only thing I can say for him is that please don't go after the Ring of Honor title. Please don't. All right, go after the mid-card title, as the TNT title, Continental title, Intercontinental title, national title. Go after that, man. Don't go after no Ring of Honor title because you're going to get backlash online for that. So please go after the mid-card titles, man, please. All right, and we'll wait for the AEW title next year. So, but let's continue.
And then last but certainly not least, we got the Texas Death Match with MJF and Hangman Adam Page. I knew MJF was going to win. Hangman, he'll find a way. Either he'll find a way to get another chance at the belt, or he'll literally become the GOAT of the mid-card scene because he already got multiple AEW championships. They'll find a lawyer calls, or Tony Khan will overwrite it some way, somehow. He'll find a way back at the belt if he doesn't leave AEW to go to WWE. But MJF and Hangman Page, that was a brutal match. It's not going to be everybody's cup of tea, but I like matches like this because every match wasn't like this. I think FTR and Young Bucks, that blood spot was out of nowhere. I'm not sure if that was supposed to happen or not, but thoroughly, guys. I enjoyed AEW Revolution. I thought it was definitely a 9 out of 10 pay-per-view, in my opinion. Super long, bruh. Whew, super long. Especially if you did the 0 hour. God bless you. Super long. I was watching the Oscars. I couldn't. You know what I'm saying? But it was a great pay-per-view, and
I'm sorry about that, guys, but unfortunately, BCB's video got cut. So, but other than that, man, listen, MJF, he retained the title. Now we just got to figure out where MJF go from here. I don't know if he's going to come back as a heel, but if I was him, I would come back as a different character and then leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? Come back as a heel and, just be a different person. You know what I'm saying? And then hopefully by, this year of winter, around December, November, you can get your, stipulation revoked and you can go after the title one more time. And you can do it as a heel. So, yeah, man. So, MJF will not be going after the title for a very long time unless Tony Khan revokes it. But as of right now, Will Ospreay and Swerve and Kenny Omega will be the ones lined up to go after the belt. So, we'll see. But y'all get in the comment box and let me know what y'all think about Revolution. This Revolution gets a 15 out of 10 for me. And I can't wait to rewatch it. I've already rewatched MJF versus Adam Page. So hopefully I get to do it again if it don't disappear. So, hey, man, y'all get in the comment box and let me know what y'all think about Revolution. Get in the comment box. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, share if you're new. And I'll catch y'all for Dynamite this Wednesday at 8 o'clock. All right? And I'll try my best not to be late this time. I promise. All right? So, y'all get in the comment box. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, share if you're new. And I'll see y'all this Wednesday for Dynamite. All right?
Cut boy! What my name is? Cut boy!